World War II. A conflict so immense, so devastating, that its ripples are still felt today. But what were the key events and turning points that shaped this global catastrophe? Let's take a journey through history to uncover the moments that altered the course of the 20th century. The storm that would become World War II didn't begin with a single event, but with the rise of totalitarian regimes in the 1930s. Germany, under Adolf Hitler, Italy led by Benito Mussolini, and Japan's military government all sought to expand their empires. In 1939, Hitler's aggressive expansion began with the invasion of Poland. But it wasn't just the invasion itself, it was the dark promise of things to come that would change the world forever. Germany's strategy of blitzkrieg, lightning-fast warfare, took much of Europe by surprise. Within weeks, Poland fell, and soon, Denmark, Norway, France and Belgium would follow. By 1940, the German war machine had swept across Europe, leaving destruction in its wake. The world was on the brink of being entirely reshaped. But in the summer of 1940, the skies above Britain became the stage for one of the most pivotal moments in the war. The Battle of Britain. Germany's Luftwaffe launched relentless air raids, hoping to break Britain's resolve. But the Royal Air Force fought back fiercely, proving that the Nazis could be stopped. This was a turning point, Germany's first major setback in the war. Meanwhile, in the east, Hitler's ambitions pushed into the Soviet Union, leading to one of the deadliest and most significant battles of the entire war, the Battle of Stalingrad. For months, Stalingrad was the scene of fierce fighting. The Germans were encircled and ultimately forced to surrender, marking the turning of the tide on the Eastern Front. It was a decisive blow to Hitler's hopes of dominating Europe. But the war wasn't just confined to Europe. On December 7, 1941, Japan's surprise attack on Pearl Harbor changed everything. The United States, which had remained largely isolated, now entered the war, bringing its industrial might and resources to the Allied cause. It was a turning point in the Pacific and in the global balance of power. In the Pacific, the Battle of Midway in 1942 proved to be the Allies' first major victory against Japan. In one of the most incredible naval battles in history, the U.S. Navy destroyed much of the Japanese fleet, severely weakening their offensive capability. This was a turning point in the Pacific, and from here on, the United States would go on the offensive, reclaiming territory from Japan. On June 6, 1944, the Allies launched Operation Overlord, better known as D-Day, the largest amphibious invasion in history. Thousands of troops stormed the beaches of Normandy, beginning the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi control. D-Day was a monumental turning point, marking the beginning of the end for Hitler's regime. By April 1945, Soviet forces closed in on Berlin, and the Third Reich crumbled. Hitler took his own life, and Germany unconditionally surrendered on May 7, 1945. Victory in Europe Day VE Day was celebrated across the globe, but the war in the Pacific continued. In August 1945, the world witnessed an unprecedented act of destruction when the United States dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. These devastating bombings led to Japan's surrender on September 2, 1945, officially bringing an end to World War II. World War II forever changed the course of history. It led to the creation of the United Nations, the beginning of the Cold War, and a world transformed. But the lessons of this conflict are timeless, a reminder of the power of unity, the cost of war, and the importance of peace. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the past that shaped our world today.